Welcome. It's time for the papers, the headlines, everything you'd find if you pick up a daily this morning. Thank you guys for joining us. There's so much to talk about. I have with me here Mary. Did I say anything about your hair today?
No, you haven't.
It's very different from the usual. It's normally either gold or something else.
I am as surprised as you can be, but my sister decided that this is what I must look like for the next couple of weeks. So, hey,
it looks good.
I hope you get used to it. It does, huh?
Okay,
yeah,
it's all right.
Thank you.
All right. Well, now, let's get to the papers. Mary's hair is not in any of the headlines, so let's do this right. We're going to be starting from the Punch newspaper, and we've got these headlines here. FG may spend 3.27 trillion naira on palliatives and loans, 15 million households to get 1.13 trillion for 3 months, 125 billion naira for NSMES and others, and PWDs demand more palliatives from Sanwo-Olu Kwara IDPs get relief materials. I'm going to circle back around to that after taking some other headlines. At the top of the Punch newspaper, Tinubu swears in new ministers as FEC meets today, and Naira under pressure. Nigeria may seek dollar loan from the IMF. Fuel imports gulp 843 billion naira. Stakeholders lament inactive refineries. And at the bottom of the Punch, editors invites Tinubu to discuss economic crisis at Uyo conference. Pastor 3 others caught with human skull in Ogun. And finally, Israeli Hamas, Pope China UK demand end to civilian casualties. Let's talk palliatives and loans. There's nothing wrong with palliatives, if you ask me. The only concern is the racketeering that goes on underneath all of that. And that's a big concern because we've seen many videos and pictures of people who have been privileged or unfortunate to get some of these palliatives. And it would seem that if those videos are correct, it's nothing to write home about.
Like, how do you give a 10 bag of rice to an entire estate of over 140 houses? It's ridiculous.
You have to question who did the stats.
Yes.
How did they come up with the numbers? How have these been shared? What are the logistics behind that?
What is going on?
What's going on, basically?
Yes, because usually that's the challenge we have in situations where you find out that, okay, these palliatives, for example, are not being disbursed the way they are supposed to be disbursed. So you find somebody, keeping some of them, in quotes, hoarding them. And then someday people are going to loot the warehouse where it is.
From 2 years after.
I'm very sure that some people are already looking for where those warehouses are. So it's ridiculous. People need these things. Can you give them already? It's not your private money. It's their rights. It's taxpayers' money.
What headlines do you have from the next paper,
Okay,
Mary?
so right here I have the Nation newspaper. And the Nation newspaper has this: Tinubu, why Supreme Court cannot admit Article CSU evidence. President files reply to ex-vice president's bid. BBC insists CSU certificate not forged. U.S. to avert escalation of Israel-Hamas war. Where Buakai neck and neck in Liberia poll. 30 drowned, 167 missing in Congo boat accident. Down here we have foreign reserves halt 5-month decline. Blue rail line now electric. Nigerian equities post 3rd highest global returns. Experts to examine economy at editor's annual confab. It's time to fix Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway, says Akpabio. Economy takes center stage as Federal Executive Committee meets. IMF backs bid to cut inflation, ease debt burden by countries, and according to them, they are mediating between creditors, debtor nations, says fund president. Nigeria hopefully will benefit from that. And finally, former Niger Delta warlords unite against oil theft. I wonder which one of these stories...
I was very excited about the Blue Rail story because only just, I think on Friday, I rode along the marina chasing the Blue Rail. It was very exciting. They are fast, by the way, I must say. So, like, you can imagine coming from Mile 2 to the marina. It'll take you under 10 minutes. It's that fast. I don't think I can even do it any faster on a bike. However, I also noticed that we have electric buses in Lagos that are actually functioning right now. And that's impressive to see that transport is being given plenty of consideration. There was the unfortunate video of traders who got stuck somewhere in between Ekiti and Ondo or so, trying to bring in their products, perishable goods, and how these were bad on the way. It used to take them about 3 days, which is bad on its own, but now it takes you 14 days to bring your products all the way.
Yeah.
So for perishable goods,
it's as good as gone.
It's
yeah.
as good as gone. So imagine
which contributes to the cost of food items.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now the problem with the Ekiti route is this: that it's been blocked to trucks because they put barriers there. Now they have to, or rather, the Ondo route has been blocked. So now they have to go through Ekiti.
I hope you brought my locust beans.
No, I didn't. But hang on a second. We're talking news here. We'll get to that.
Seriously.
Now the road through Ekiti is absolute mush.
Oh,
You
boy.
can't get through it.
Oh, boy.
So if we can extend this from Lagos, which is still under pressure, to the rest of Nigeria, the roads really need fixing, especially when it comes to foods, because we definitely need this. It's a big consideration that we need to.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to move on now to the Guardian newspaper. I think we're running out of time, I've been told. Firms scaled down production, opt for trade over FX, income concerns. The Guardian, once again, with very, very interesting chart on the disposable incomes. FX challenged forces manufacturers to adjust business models. All there on the front page of the Guardian. Check it out. I think the figures will make it a very good read this morning. Import has grown over 200% surge in duty amid Naira fluctuation. And anxiety as MTEF yet to arrive. National Assembly 2 months after deadline. Telecom operators may sue banks over 120 billion naira USSD debt. And Netanyahu adamant vows to demolish Hamas amid global condemnation, heal the environment, eliminate gas flaring. I don't know, has your position, if you do have one, maybe not here, changed regarding the Hamas-Israeli instance?
So it's, the whole thing started on October 7th, and ever since then, it's been an emotional roller coaster, watching so many lives being lost, at the same time, especially children that have been affected. On an economic scale, we also have to consider the fact that any time there's war in many countries, it directly affects us because of prices of items.
Yeah.
Most of these countries are known exclusively for certain items, so because of that, the prices skyrocket. And we also have to consider the security situation generally. So it's one that weighs down, deeply on me. It's something of great concern.
It is. Well, we hope that the international community beckoning on the issue would help, but I do not know, or I don't understand how any other kind of help could come to these two warring parties.
Talking about help, some of these, the people in Gaza, they were told to evict Gaza by Israel. There are some people that are refusing to leave, that they would rather stay and be perished with it than leave their hometown. So all of those things, they just make you wonder how much worse things are about to get.
No, we hope that it doesn't get any worse. Unfortunately, we've been told that we have run out of time because we're talking too much, you and I, about your hair. We apologize.
What is he on
But do grab a daily this morning and let us know exactly what your opinion are. You can use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. If we could, we'll circle back around and talk about